So it's just a normal Tuesday afternoon when the phone rings. I pick up the phone, and what do you think I hear on the other side? Brandon, you have cancer. And by the way, it's melanoma and is extremely dangerous and deadly. We should probably deal with this soon. If that doesn't hook you to watch this video and the story behind it, and looking at the pictures that are hopefully posting here of what happened to my face 24 hours later, I really hope you stick around, because my hope is to encourage you, give you purpose, give you just like, if I can fight and get through this, you can too. So normal life's going on. I just got married. This is 2017. I had a spot, and you'll see pictures that are gonna post over here. I had a spot on my cheek, kind of like you guys are probably looking at this. And thinking, it's just a spot. And I remembered a family member saying, hey, that spot looks darker or whatever. And I grew up in South Florida, I have sun all the time, spots on my, random parts of my body, but no issues, no deadly cancer in our family. Not skin cancer like that. But men, if you're watching this, listen to your wives, listen to your girlfriends. This is the moral of the story. We're dumb. We just don't wear sunscreen. We just work out in the sun. We just, have our truck window down and we got our arm just cooking in the sun, our face just cooking in the sun. Like, do you want your face to look like this? Probably not. And your wife definitely doesn't. But so life's good, man. I'm like engaged. My wife notices a picture at home at my parents' house when I was in the Marine Corps. That'll probably show. And there was really no spot in 2006, 7, 8, something like that. So some of my theory is some of it might have come from Iraq in the Marine Corps. So there's a story there. But long story short, I went and got a biopsy done because my wife asked me to. And get this, the VA, who, if any of you know, mad props or not mad props, but the Department of Veterans Affairs, a little slow. So I got a biopsy, which I didn't really know what that is, but they take a little sample, and they'll show a picture of that too. They just take 2 little chunks out of your skin. They send it to a thing. I'm gonna try and look at the camera. And I'm thinking, 48 hours, I'll get results, maybe 72, maybe it's a Friday I did it, and I get it on Tuesday or Wednesday next week. I didn't hear for 6 weeks. I think it was done in December, and I found out early February. And so, like I said at the hook at the beginning, I'm just sitting on the couch with melanoma stuck on my face, cancer. I didn't even, to be totally honest, I wasn't even sure. I knew what melanoma was, but I didn't know how deadly it was and what a problem it could be. Dumb men, right? Women watching this like, I've been telling you. Anyway, so I get a phone call. There's the beginning of the thing. And it's this doctor I've never talked to. He's riddling off. I'm like, okay. I pick up a couple pieces of like, you have cancer, it's positive, it's deadly, melanoma, I heard it somewhere in there. I mean, the guy rattled off like 1,000 words in like 2 minutes, and he's like, I'm Dr. So-and-so, and you have cancer, and it's very deadly, and you should take this seriously, and it's melanoma, and I'm like, I mean, imagine, you're just sitting on the couch, like a normal afternoon, it was around dinner time, 4 p.m. or something, and I don't know who's calling me, I answer, and next thing you know, you have cancer. So I did what any guy would do. I didn't tell my wife. I did tell her that a doctor called from the VA and that they got my results back and that they wanted me to come in for further tests. Now here's the other kicker. I didn't want to freak her out. And so maybe there's a wisdom to that. The ladies are like, oh my gosh, you didn't tell him? No, I didn't tell her because I didn't want to freak out, because I knew she'd freak out. And I like, because the story was so muffled in my brain, I was like, how serious is this? Is it really bad? Like, let's not freak out. Hopefully they just have to cut half my face off and put it back together and I'll be fine. But I had no idea what was going to happen, like in the next 24, 48, 72 hours, right? So the nice thing of the doctor that I did get was, hey, so it's been 6 weeks. It's been a long time. He didn't, I don't know if he apologized, like why it took so long to tell me that I had a deadly cancer on my face. You'd think they would be like, you need to get surgery now or whatever. They didn't, but he was super cool. He says, hey, I have a doctor friend that I went to school with that does pro bono work for veterans. We can't get you in the VA anytime soon. Basically saying you're probably gonna die if you wait for the VA. Sorry, VA, but I'm kind of throwing you under the bus here. Military veteran talking, Marine Corps 2005 to 9. For all you grunts out there, Semper Fi. Anyway, they couldn't get me in the VA, so I'm like, okay. So he says, I have a friend, pro bono. Can I have their office call you? Guess how long it took their office to call me? I hang up the phone within 2 minutes. Their office is, hey, Mr. Liesenfeld, we were told by, I don't even know the doctor's name. I don't, to this day, I don't know who his name is, who I talked to. Just a random voice on the phone that says, you're gonna die of cancer unless you deal with this really soon. So I get this call. It's a sweet, girl like, hey, Mr. Liesenfeld, can you come in tomorrow, 10 a.m. We want to, just do, she didn't even really explain, like, we just want to kind of take a look at you. And I'm thinking I'm just going to be evaluated. They're going to do some measurements or something. I had no idea what they're going to do, right? I go, I tell my wife, hey, I've got, going for a checkup. Like, they think there's something, they're doing a following, which was honest. But I didn't want to freak her out, like I said. So guys, use your wisdom there. So anyway, next day, go in first thing in the morning, I'm sitting in the chair and they say, okay, it's melanoma or something like this, and we're gonna take a sample out. So they're basically explaining that it's gonna be like a dime size cut. So I'm thinking, okay, like, yeah, I was a Marine, I can handle, a little tissue taken out. It's like, no big deal. It's like getting a filling done or something, right? You're gonna numb me up. She's like, yeah, we'll numb you up. I'm like, okay. So I feel her, you can't see what they're doing on your face unless they give you a mirror, and you probably don't want to see, But I have no idea what they're doing. It's not like if your arm's all busted up and you're like, whoa, that's a big cut. I just feel some stuff happening to my face. So she says, I'm gonna take it back and look for clear margins. I have no idea what clear margins means. Hopefully you guys like my stories. I like to tell stories, so that's the point of this channel. I hope you like it. Hit subscribe if you want to and stick around. So she goes back and comes back and says, Mr. Liesenfeld, I need to do another cut. I apologize, that I didn't get clear margins, which means when they take the tissue out, from my understanding, I'm not a doctor, obviously, they need to see that there was no cancer in any of the skin that they pulled out, or else they know it spread farther in whatever direction or deeper. So anyone that knows, research, feel free to comment and say, oh, actually, Brandon, that was incorrect. It was da-da-da. Roughly speaking, Marine Corps terminology and guy talk, they needed to take a bigger piece of chunk out of my skin to check and see if it also had cancer. So they come and do a cut. Once again, I can't see it. I can't feel it. I'm thinking, okay, so we're like a little bigger than a dime, right? I think of a dime. Cool. So then the girl, I don't know if she's a nurse practitioner or what she was, she did the procedure, comes back. Now the main doctor, Dr. Nalivik, comes in, who's like Mohs surgeon, didn't know what Mohs was, M-O-H, look it up if you want to, maybe I'll make a video on that. Amazing people, right? She teaches Mohs surgeries in Atlanta where I was having the procedure. So she comes in, she says, Mr. Liesenfeld, I'm gonna do another more invasive cut on you. I really want to get clear margins today and make sure that I can send you home and you're gonna be fine. I'm like, sure, doc, do your thing, no big deal. So she does her thing. I want to say, because like third time a human's cutting on my cheek, you think, oh yeah, like maybe it's a little bit bigger. I have no idea. I have no idea what my face looks like, right? So she goes, does her thing with the microscope or whatever, comes back, she says, great news. I don't know if right then she told me, I'm almost sure that I got all the cancer off of your face. Thankfully, it was just skin deep, so it didn't get into the bone. I mean, your cheekbone is right there. It was right there. It didn't get into your bloodstream or what, I didn't know. She basically said, thankfully, it's just on the surface of your skin. It's an early stage of melanoma or whatever. I don't know what she said. I just trusted her, And she said, I think I've got it. The challenging thing that I want to prepare you for is the recovery. And I go, okay, recovery for what? And she goes, because I'm all numb. I can't feel my cheek. I didn't know what they did to me. So sneak alert, this is what they did to me. Post the picture. Ah! I could have been on The Walking Dead, right? I go, so is it like you know, like a nickel-sized cut? And she goes, oh no, this is like silver dollar soup can bottom. My cheek's gone. I mean, it is gone. So, needless to say, I still don't know. I'm numb, and I'm just trusting the doctor. So I didn't have a ride. Because I didn't tell my wife. Like, you know, I'm like just at the doctor's office and thinking I'm getting a little cut on my cheek, like the biopsy, maybe a little worse. You know, no big deal. Pinched for a second. I have a giant hole in my cheek. So of course they bandaged me up, and here's the picture of the bandage. Hey, can you drive home with one eye? I think they might have had this one kind of open. I think I rode my motorcycle. My wife says I rode my motorcycle. I don't think I did that. I don't think I was that dumb, but she swears that I did. But anyway, can you picture me riding a Honda CBR 600, 80 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour down the road with half my face torn off? So anyway, the moral of the story, as hopefully you guys like this, I had taken ibuprofen the night before because I had a headache before that phone call, before the dreaded phone call. And guess what ibuprofen does? It's a whatever, makes you bleed more, right? Lets your blood not clot, whatever it is. Guess what? They didn't ask, because I don't know why they didn't ask. They probably should have. But they were probably so urgent, like, he's got melanoma, let's get him in, save his life. I'm bleeding out. I went through all the gauze, everything that they had within, like, I don't know, 12 hours. And like, I just remember waking up that night and like my entire eye socket was just full of blood. Not to gross you out or whatever. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot of blood. And it just wouldn't stop. So that's a side story. Don't take ibuprofen before surgery or anything like that. Just no, I didn't know I was having surgery. Remember the beginning of the video? Anyway, hopefully you guys like my humor with this, because I'm alive, I survived. So they tell me, you know, you're gonna come back in 48 hours, and I have this purple Sharpie marker in the shape of this all over my face, other than the giant hole, which you've seen in the picture, full of gauze and stuff. And I'm like, what's the purple Sharpie for? She really didn't explain anything. It was basically like, we got it, go rest, try not to bleed out, and we'll see you in 48 hours. I'm like, cool, doc, have a good one. Pro bono. So I was like, sweet, this is awesome. I'm like getting my face cut off for free. Like, people pay lots of money to do this. Anyway, hopefully you like my humor a little bit. So of course my wife freaks out. Shocker. We're newlyweds too. We'd been married 3 months, something like that. So she's like, what did they do to your face? And of course when I'm bleeding and we can't get it to stop bleeding, we're using like everything we can in the house to keep the blood from like flowing out of my cheek. Anyway, long story short, I need to go back for another bandage. So there's another picture of a bigger bandage to keep the blood from stopping. I think by that time the blood was like slowing down because the ibuprofen finally wore off. But my headache was still here. Anyway, long story short, the purple Sharpie was where she was gonna use a scalpel to cut off the rest of my face. I don't have a picture where it was totally off, but here's another picture of where it looked pretty rough. Post it. I want to say shout out to my video editor. He's awesome. Thank you so much. You think I know how to post that? I just talk about stuff. Like, I'm okay at video editing. You can read some of my, by the way, you guys like my background? I know it's side. This is a normal dad home life. Yeah, you know, Christmas stuff, you know, books, got kids stuff. Yes, it does say I believe, and there's a unicorn on there. I believe it's my daughter's. Anyway, I hope you guys like my background. So I go in for the next reconstruction surgery. My wife insists on coming because she's like, I am not letting you go to the hospital or whatever. It's not even a hospital, it's like a doctor's office, but they do surgeries there. They can cut off your face and put it back together. Have you seen Face Off? I could have been a Face Off. Anyway, so I go back and she starts cutting on me. Ooh, you'll love this. So I sit down and this like 18-year-old sweet girl, you know, is like, hey, so I'm just gonna lidocaine your face where this things are gonna be. And I look at her thing and she's got like 80 of these things. I'm like, are you using all those or just like that's for the whole day? And she's like, I'm probably gonna use most of them on your face. in case you couldn't hear that, I'm probably gonna use most of them on your face. Ever had a lidocaine shot? It's not the most pleasant feeling. It's basically like a shot, and you're like, oh yeah, get it out. Ah, and they pull it out, and you're like, oh. I gotta do it again. Again in the same spot? Yeah, like a centimeter high. Ah! She kept saying sorry, like she had done it like 30 times all over my face. You know, that wherever the Sharpie was, she's stabbing away. So finally I was like, just stab me. Don't tell me you're gonna stab me. I know you're gonna stab me. Maybe on the last one say, this is the last one. Great job. I won't lie, guys, that was the hardest part. Getting the lidocaine in my face. I had to get cut all in here, even behind my ear. Hardcore, right? They don't prepare you for this. They don't say, yeah, take some pain meds before you do this. Might help you. Obviously, I'm not taking ibuprofen today. So anyway, long story short, 80 lidocaine shots, whatever it was, 72, it doesn't matter. It was painful, horrible hour of my life. Borderline torture. But the worst was over, right? Not really. Here's more pictures. So she laid me down. I can't see what I'm doing. The doctor comes in. She slices my face off. I did get to see the picture. The girl assistant took a picture of my face and literally just fully exposed face. I'm like, wow, that's what a face looks like underneath the skin. I didn't know what she was gonna do. I didn't know how she was gonna do it. A lot of people were like, well, did they pull like skin from your butt? I just had to throw that in there because everybody asked me that. Where did they get the skin from? Your butt? I'm like, no, it's from your face. So she stretched my face. So if you look at my sideburn, see how it's like forward, whereas a normal sideburn would be connected to your hairline. See how it's forward? This is where my face was. It used to be here. It slid forward. So when she cut me, she cut all down there and she slid it forward. So this skin would have been back here, and there, the hole, picture the hole. I know I'm talking there. Anyway, she totally reconstructed my face. And of course, when she slid, your skin forward, you're missing skin here. So what's she gonna do? Pretty amazing. She knew there was extra skin back here. She cut some skin off. Maybe you can see on this one, I might have more skin. She cut some skin off from the back of my ear and just flapped it under and sutured it right there. So this is my behind the ear skin right here. That's why there's no hair growing. That's why the weird sort of vibe thing. You guys, hopefully you get a real good clear look at it. But pretty remarkable, right? And like I'm shooting this video in 2025, so it's been 7 years plus. Pretty amazing. I mean, you can tell mad props, Dr. Nalovic, saved my life. You gave me a face only a mother could love, and now YouTube worthy, I guess. So moral of the story, what is it? Well, my notes just clicked off the screen, but the moral of the story is answer the phone. If you answer the phone, you might get some heavy news sometimes. You might have to get your face cut up. You might get lidocaine all over your face, stabbed multiple times, but answer the phone. I mean, all joking aside, listen to your wives, men, ladies, go get checked. This is the moral, go get checked. If I didn't get checked, I probably wouldn't be alive. I wouldn't be making silly YouTube videos and stuff right now. I wouldn't be a father of 3. I wouldn't be who I am today. And so, moral of the story, if you have a spot and you're like, I don't know what that is, just get it checked. Have a professional look at it. Dermatologists, they're very friendly, they're very nice. Don't worry if you're overweight, they see it all the time. Just go, get it checked, get a biopsy if you can. A biopsy is real simple for the guys that don't know. They just take a sample out of your skin and they send it to a lab and they test it for cancer and they find out for sure if it is. Most of the time, if they're just dermatology, they'll have like a cool light thing that they just look at your skin and they can see things. Get checked, it's worth it. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to be like me, and have your face cut off, I mean, it's not a pleasant procedure, but I survived. You can too. And so I think I'm gonna cut the video off there, but I hope you like this video. I hope you like the raw, real Meet Brandon style. This is what I'm going for. I was encouraged to do this, and so I really hope it encourages you. So please post comments, questions about cancer, about recovery. Oh, and watch my recovery video. That's kind of why I made this. It has like 800,000 views or whatever. It's not really monetized, so watch the other ones. That helps provide for my family a little bit better. But I've survived, I've made it, and you can too. And so please get checked, and maybe you'll have an awesome story to tell somebody else and save their life. So thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video.